English Listening Practice, Episode 4, Breaking a Bad Habit. Hey everyone, welcome back to Loop the Loop English. My name is Olivia, and I'll speak slowly. Today, I'd like to talk about something very important. Breaking a bad habit. You must be wondering what a habit is. Well, a habit is something that we do over and over again without even thinking about it. It could be something good, like brushing teeth in the morning, or something not so good, like biting nails. When we do things so many times, it becomes automatically fixed in our brains. Like saying good morning to people you meet is a habit, and it is a very good one too. Sometimes we tend to do things that aren't good for us. Habits that can damage us physically or emotionally, or even impact on us in terms of making new friends. Perhaps you bite your nails whenever you feel nervous, or perhaps you tend to play video games too much. Even though it does feel good for some time, it is not good for you in the end. It sounds a bit funny, but sometimes our brains tend to get too used to some things. When we do something, it sends some pleasure message to us called a reward. This is what makes us feel good for a little bit of time. That is actually what we do, something that is not too healthy for us. It sends us that pleasure message quickly. Like scrolling through social media sends you a pleasure message about being very excited with some pictures and some stories, but too much of it tends to make you not do other things that you enjoy too. So, let's talk about breaking a habit that is actually not good for you. It is actually a lot of work. Like, you guys are actually becoming a superhero trying to beat the brawler. You need to identify what is the habit that you do that is actually not good for you. You need to try to identify something that you like to do, often that is actually not good for you. Once you figure that one out, you need to try to figure out why you actually do such things. Do you scroll through social media when you are bored or feel left out? Realizing the reason you do it is a big step in stopping it. Then it is crucial to set a goal. What would you like to do instead of what you used to do? Perhaps you could keep your hands engaged by drawing, reading a book, or playing outside. Replacing a bad habit with a good one helps you stay on track by keeping you engaged in something positive. And always remember that you do not need to make the change by yourself. Tell a friend, teacher, or parent about your goal. This individual can help support you and let you know about your plan. Making a new habit takes practice, just like learning a new game. Each day, make it a point to accomplish your new practice, no matter how small it is. It is not always that easy, but you should understand that it is a victory with each step you take. Don't forget to take care of yourself. It is completely fine to make mistakes since it is a process of learning. I would like to tell you a story about a boy named Alex. Alex is very fond of playing video games for the entire day. He played video games until it was almost bedtime. This is the reason he got left out of playing with his friends in the great outdoors. Alex is aware of playing too many video games as well as social media. He wants to break the habit. One day, Alex came up with a plan. Instead of playing video games for that amount of time a day, Alex decided that from then on, he would head out to play for 1 hour daily. Though it is difficult for Alex, he still wants to continue playing video games and viewing social media. At times, he forgot about his plan. But with support from his family and his teachers who reminded him of the fantastic experience of playing with his friends in the great outdoors, Alex is enjoying his new routine. He runs, plays with his friends, and laughs a lot. Though he likes playing video games, he is no longer playing for the entire day. Alex discovered a good habit that made him feel happy and strong. Now, I would like you to join me for a small exercise. Take a minute to think about one of your own habits that you do on a daily basis. It could be something you like or something you would like to change. If it is something you would like to change, try to understand what makes you do that. Is it that you feel a little bit sad, bored, or even excited about something that you can do online? Now, let your imagination wander about some fun or good habits that you could do instead. Perhaps instead of thinking too much, you could make a drawing, play a game of chess with a friend, or hear a story. Then, who could you count on for help on your path? A friend, a mother, or a teacher who could support you in your efforts. You could even record your thoughts in your own notebook for a memory jog. Now, I would also like to propose some helpful tricks that you could try. One is about making a small table on a paper. You could mark with a sticker each day that you practice your good practice instead of your bad one. When you fill your table with stickers, you could then celebrate by getting something small that is also fun to do. Another one is about practicing some deep breaths. If you feel like you could waste some too much time online, you could try one small deep breath by your nose. Now, hold the air for a few seconds before slowly exhaling it through your mouth. These tricks could make you feel more relaxed or more in charge of your own life. Sometimes it is good for you to talk with someone else who could understand you better about what you need for overcoming one of your old habits. You could talk about it with someone of your own family or with a friend. Sometimes, by talking about it, you could understand more about what you feel about it. And you could make it up into something that could make you feel better too. Finally, try placing a small paper with some good message, like "I can do it" somewhere where you can easily remember it. It could work like a magic boost for you. Now, let's imagine you're a superhero on a mission. You can imagine being a superhero, sitting quietly in your secret lair, trying to relax, but then you feel the urge to look at your social media pages on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. You remember that you should only look for a certain amount of time, or that you should get back to something you enjoy like playing or reading. At this point, you make a decision. You could just keep on scrolling through your social media, or you could decide to put your phone down, breathe, and do something else. This is an example of choosing the positive, quiet option and helps you become more kind to yourself as well as other people, helping you develop more healthy habits. I believe that overcoming a bad habit is no different from planting a seed. You must water that seed by practicing it. It doesn't make any difference if you mess up. You must keep trying anyway because you are taking small steps. One of my favorite strategies is to celebrate with your victories. Each time you make a great decision, no matter how small it is, you should celebrate it with happiness. This can mean a high five, a smile, or even placing a sticker on your chart. All of these things help your brain understand that you're doing something super good. Now that we're having a great discussion, let's think about what else we learned about habits. We talked about good habits and some of the ones you'd like to break. We learned that your brain is trying to repay you for some things you do, which is what causes you to break a good habit or makes it difficult for you to break a bad one. We even discovered that understanding what you're trying to accomplish with the support of friends or family means that you'll be able to replace a good habit with something better. I have an interesting task for you that you should do right now. Get a notebook or some paper to make a habit journal. A habit journal is something that you'll be using to write about what you'd like to change about your habits. You should make a drawing that shows you practicing your positive habits. Each day, you write one sentence about what happened with your new habit. Did you start practicing your new positive habit? How did it make you feel? At the end of the week, you can look back on what you've accomplished. This journal is a special one because you get to look back on your own journey of progress and success. Now, before we end, I would like to end with one last message that is very important for you. It takes time to break a bad habit, and like hiking a mountain, it's got ups and downs. Sometimes you feel frustrated about it, but you are never alone. You always have people around you who would like to help you. Friends, teachers, family members. And then, if you get frustrated, always remember the techniques that we talked about today. So, you need to take a deep breath. You need to remember what you want to do. Then you try again. You make mistakes, you still win. Sometimes you feel that you try very, very hard, but you end up falling back into your old habit. Well, that is completely normal. It takes time to break a habit. It takes practice. It means that whatever you do is good enough, even if you make some mistakes sometimes. And what about your friend? If your friend is trying to break a bad habit too, that is a great idea for you both. You can help each other. You can help each other by reminding each other of what you both want to do, by sharing some of your techniques of using your habit journal. It would mean that you both stay on the right path. Perhaps you're asking, how do I know if a habit is actually bad? You should think about what it does for you, or what kinds of issues it creates for you in school or at home. If you're still unsure, it is always a good idea to talk with an adult who can better guide you on what to do. If you figure out that you're spending too much time on social media, you could try setting a timer for a short amount of time to do something else, like drawing or reading a book. Having a plan is one of the best things that you could do to change the habit. Before ending this episode for today, I would like you to imagine one more thing. You should imagine that you are the conqueror of your own adventure. You might possibly form a secret plan for you to do something small day by day. It could mean putting away your phone for scrolling through it. You could possibly mean changing from too much screen time to playing a fun outdoor game. Remembering that you do something effectively small, you should celebrate it by praising yourself. You could possibly tell everyone confidently that you can do it. You could feel good about whatever actions you do. Thank you very much for sharing me for this episode of our podcast about overcoming negative habits. I hope that you are inspired to face your own adventure for becoming a better person each day. Remember that overcoming a habit takes time, but through practice, support, and lots of heart, you could accomplish it. If you would like to like this podcast, you should click the like button. You should click the subscribe button to inform other folks that you would like more of this podcasting magic. You should spread it to other people that you trust so they could hear it too. This is the end of my podcast for you. Follow Loop the Loop English channel for more. Goodbye, everyone.